Hey guys, welcome to this quick demo. Today I wanted to do a little bit of a refresher and give you some strategies for what you should do with setting up this whole surreal project. So the first thing I would recommend is see if you can answer these your simple first three questions. Which two techniques of emphasis am I going to use, and then which two techniques of surrealism will I use? So start with those two questions, and I recommend writing it down in your sketchbook. And then the last one, so once you have your two techniques of emphasis, two techniques of surrealism, then I want you to start searching for your 5 images from the internet. Again, make sure that when you search on Google Chrome, you go to click on the Tools button and then change size to large so that you get high resolution images that are going to be greater than 1,000 pixels in either width or height. If you can get something that's 2,000 pixels or 3,000 pixels by 3,000, that's just going to be even better for you. So I'm putting this image up here just so that you guys can see it. Again, our techniques of emphasis and then our techniques of surrealism. And what I recommend for emphasis is don't use absence or isolation, because it's going to create too simple of an image for you. So I would focus on these first 7 here. And then as well with surrealism, you could use any of those, but some are going to be a little bit easier than others, but I recommend any 2 of them working together should be fine. All right. So the second part of this demo, I wanted to bring open this image. And with my actual surreal image, I kind of show how I use this image, and then I cut through the background to put images behind it. You'll also notice that in my demo, and I'll show this in a little bit, I actually selected this lower half of the image. So I got all that there. And then I just ended up using the generative fill to kind of fill in that space, because the file that I set for you guys is a little bit taller than the image that I downloaded. So use generative fill, again, sparingly, but in this case, kind of filling in the lower half, it just makes for a nice solution there. Again, you've got your two other options. And I would try to pick something that's going to be simple. It's not going to be super distracting. So that's good, and we're good to go. All right. The second part of this demo, I just want to show again using layer masks to actually clip through an image. So in this case, I just want to show we want to end up cutting through the glass here so that we can see the background. And so I'm just going to get into just this pane of glass right here. I'm going to use my polygonal lasso tool, and I'm going to go right to the corner of the window, all 4 corners. So kind of click my way around there and close that selection up. And then if I create a layer mask for this layer 1, which is the window, I'm just going to click on that. Notice that it kind of does the opposite. So it blanks out everything except for where that window is selected. If this ever happens to you, you can just click on the layer mask and then just do Control-I, which will invert that selection. And so you'll notice the layer mask, everything that was black turns white, and everything that was white that turns black. And so that basically sets you up for being able to see through this image now to a layer that is behind it. Let's go ahead and do that again. Actually, on this layer 9 background layer, I can even just change this one to a color. So I'll make it red just so you can see that. And I'll do Alt backspace. And so if I turn off the window layer, you can see there's just a big red field behind it. And if I turn this one on, again, you can see the layer mask is working. By cutting out that window, I'm now seeing to the red layer that's behind it. Again, review of that. Using my polygonal lasso tool, I can click through the 4 corners of this window. Again, selecting the window layer mask, I'm now going to fill it with black. In this case, it's going to be Control backspace, because that's my background color fill. Let's do this a few more times. Again, if you want to fill it all at the same time, you can make multiple selections. So I have one selection there. I'm going to hold Shift now. Make my second window selection. Kind of have to eyeball this a little bit because there's debris that's entering through the window. Spacebar hand grab, holding Shift. And then third, or the final window here. And that makes all those selections. Now that I have those selections, I can just fill it in the layer mask with black. And that's Control Backspace, and we can see through to the red background. Where this can become helpful too is like you'll have these areas that are you might have these like leaves coming through here. So this would be a good spot too, where like in the actual layer you can use your remove tool, and you could increase it to the size of that leaf and click on it, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll just remove the leaf and put in a window frame there. That seems like it worked pretty well. So I would consider that too. If there's any case where like you need to remove something, try using the remove tool. It'll probably go a bit faster than the generative fill, and you won't be wasting your generative fills on removing elements from the composition. So I'm going to do this one last one here just to clean up that image, and there we go. So now I've got this section of the window kind of cleared out. If I want to put something behind it, and I'll show you, I've got this kind of cool like city scene here. I can use the move tool, so I just clicked on it, and if I click on the image and hold the mouse, then go to the next tab and then drag, still holding on, still clicking the mouse, I can then let it go within that composition, and it actually shows up there. So now I've got this layer mask. If I turn off my window, you can see here's the actual image. If I turn the window layer back on, you can see it's now, it appears as if it's behind this section of the window with 4 panes of glass. What's kind of cool about that too is with the move tool, you can still move that image around in there to play with positioning to get something that maybe you think looks a little bit better. All right. That's where we're going to stop today with our demo. Again, reviewing the different techniques of emphasis and surrealism, then getting into using layer masks to cut through a window, and then lastly bringing an image, dragging it from one tab into another tab using your move tool. All right, guys, take care.